adjust the tree though, so I got this second thing. You'll see that moving around a little bit. Hi guys. Maybe I can. Hey Freaky Geek, how are you doing? Nice to see you. I'm actually gonna close that out. Hopefully allow things to run a little faster. Sorry about that. Okay. And of course, the lady in the video is Ashley. I mean, come on. Let me put this over here. This one. I gotta redo this one real quick. This camera went off for a minute. There it goes. So, I'm Ruby. I hope this stream ends up working out okay. I mean, I'm showing that I'm still online and everything looks okay from my standpoint. So hopefully it'll look good from you guys' standpoint as well. Yeah, good thing you do have a full stomach, Amanda. So, I'm playing with a couple new things. Hopefully this works out. I've got a camera here. That way you guys can see what I'm doing. I have a camera over here now, so that when I'm cooking, you guys can see what I'm cooking as well. So hopefully things work out. I'm going to use this live stream kind of as a test to see how the views are working out and everything. So. Things still looking, sounding okay, things like that. Yeah, PVC is a type of pipe as well, but it's also it's an extra heartbeat. It means the heart's working overtime. Okay, voice is choppy. Give me just a second. I'm gonna. Okay, is that any better? Is my voice, is it still choppy? Is it... Okay, good. Um, my hardware isn't like brand new. I'm not running like an i5 or i7 processor in my computer. So the encoding, because I have the cameras set up like I do, the encoding isn't running like it should. Um, and it's recommended to use OBS on a newer computer, but I think I can drop down the resolution enough to to be able to watch it, for you guys to be able to see it okay. Hopefully.
Hazel said Uncle Nate died because you paused.
Yeah. Well, I'm still here, Hazel. Okay, so let's get started. I do want to put my apron on. There's one thing I like about...
Why did it just switch to a totally different...
What?
My, thing, it changed to a completely different video. Like, in the middle of watching yours.
Huh, that's weird.
Yeah, I was like...
So, um, we're going to have quite a few things on our pizza. We always like lots of goodies on our pizza. I'm using some thick sliced bacon. My pan is going to be medium high. And I'm going to... Sorry about that, guys. Every so often I may cut out. My connection isn't the best, but I try to do what I can with it. Um, Hopefully soon I'm going to get a new Ethernet cable. I've had this one kind of patched together because it... Uh, but I'm going to be ordering one that'll be long enough to not have any splits in it. So... I gave her all I got, Captain. That was supposed to be Scotty on Star Trek, but my accent voice sucks. I can't. That's just... Okay. The bacon is cooking. Patches.
Booby patches.
Oh. No. One thing I like about being a home cook is my apron doesn't have to be washed every day. I'm not working in a place where they're really strict about that. It's not. It's just a little dirty. Okay.
So we need to have a talk with our child.
Oh, Hazel.
No, our child.
Oh, why?
It, she said y'all need to have a talk with your daughter. I'm getting headbutted or something right now. I said she's just loving her auntie.
Yeah. Now I'm just Googling homemade pizza crust. As you guys can see, I know there's one recipe I liked last time. I believe it was this one. I can't see you guys' comments at the moment, so
Ricky says, sound like a future sports star. It's me. And Amanda said, enough about for now. I said, I'll calm her down when you get here. I'll put my hot hand on your belly. She'll go to sleep.
yeah. All I do is I'm just scrolling down to find the recipe. If the website wants to respond, eventually one day. I hate these sites that you have to go on and go all the way to the bottom and blah 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 blah. I'll go to another one. Okay. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Figure yourself all low.
Pyramid.
What's up? Okay. So I think
Pyramid.
I got this figured out here. I need to get me yeast.
Pyramid. Pyramid.
I always do yeast in a glass bowl because yeast interacts with metal a lot.
Nobody home.
So I'm going to take some nice hot water. Not hot, like I want 110, 115 degree water. Um, okay, I don't think it was this one because it might have been this one here. Yeah, it was this one. Okay. Waiting for the site to load. Come on. I feel like I'm in the 90s with dial-up internet sometimes. Just waiting to hear that modem sound. I'll do my own version of it. Okay. It looks like it's loading now. That was the trick. I had to do the modem sound. Maybe.
I'm not on Wi-Fi, so.
What?
Katie said, funny, Freaky. I think I've seen you on someone else's stream making dad jokes before.
Hi, Katie.
Freaky said, you might have.
What?
Freaky said, you might have.
Yeah, Freaky's just that freaky. There we go. I think I found it. I don't know why this does this. Okay, here we go. Yep. Okay, so now I can get back to my cooking. So I want a cup of water. That's good. Tablespoon of yeast, which is, as you guys can see when I measure it out here, a full packet. And a tablespoon of sugar. This bacon is done for my needs. It will cook the rest of the way when the pizza cooks. So I'm setting that off to the side. I am waiting on my yeast to proof a little bit. It's just going to take a minute to, just a few minutes to foam up. I'm going to get my oven to 450.
Freaky asked if you planted the bacon seeds.
What's that?
Freaky asked if you planted the bacon seeds. I said, yep, you know it.
Oh, of course. I want that nice bacon tree. Those things smell really good in the yard.
Especially during the summer.
Yeah. Those really hot days. You got to be careful though. You can't park it too close, or you can't plant it too close to your driveway because on the hot days, your driveway will get really slippery. It's a weird phenomenon with those bacon trees. And you don't want a really slippery driveway. You know, I mean.
Amanda weirdo.
Do it.
Amanda's a weirdo.
You never seen a bacon tree?
Just like bacon.
They got bacon trees and bacon bushes. I like the bacon trees because it's the thicker cut. The bacon bush gives more of a the hardwood taste to it. It just, and you plant it next to it, like right next to an apple tree, and you'll get the applewood smoked bacon taste. Oh, so good.
I said, hey Amanda, can you buy some blinker fluid? We ran out.
I hate running out of blinker fluid. We were pulling out of Walmart. Bam, my blinker wouldn't work. Ashley's like, turn your blinker. It's on. Okay. Now I get olive oil.
You have someone that came in and said East Dad. Said hi there.
East Dad, hey, hi East Dad, how you doing? Long time no see. How you been? Okay, so you guys can see that my yeast is getting nice and frothy. It didn't take long at all. Okay, so I'm getting to get my flour, and I'm not going to use this bowl. I'm going need another glass bowl.
Grandma's so happy, Homestead. She said howdy.
Sorry, Ashley's reading me the comments. I have my recipe up over here. I don't want to use too much stuff on my computer. I've got, so I've got a lot going on, so I can't read the comments. So Ashley is kind of describing to me what's being said and stuff. Hope you guys don't mind that. If you do, you're gonna have to deal with it. Okay, here's my half cup. Here is my nice frothy yeast. I'm going to actually pour this in. I should have done it in a bigger bowl, but I didn't. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, so it's nice and frothy. I'm going to add a...
And then so please don't say frothy again. I said frothy so yummy.
Frothy. Okay, now about 2.5 cups of flour. I'm going to add a little at a time. What?
Ricky said too much like Frosty the Snowman, Amanda, and Amanda said, oh my god, Ricky, I just spit Frosty everywhere. Instead said Frosty chat,
Yeah, it's a frothy chat now. Thanks to you, Amanda. My bad. So I'm going to mix this with a wooden spoon. Plastic spoons are a little bit too weak, and metal spoons. You don't want to use metal spoon when you're messing with yeast. So a nice wooden spoon is really good to use for this.
Ricky said I heard he's getting foamy but not frosty. And Amanda said I do my best.
Three. Well, foam is like the stuff on top of a soda. Froth is very thick. It's like what they put on top of your latte at Starbucks.
He says I'm at work on a 15-minute break. Text to say hi.
Oh, well, thank you for stopping in. I really appreciate it.
Katie's shared on her social media. Ruby will be right back.
Thank you for doing that, Katie. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be a bit more consistent with doing my live streams now that I'm getting some of the technical stuff kind of worked out.
Ruby doesn't stop saying froth.
I'll be able to do these more and have you guys enjoy them better. As you can see, you got the different views and things like that. So you can see the frothy yeast and stuff. Love you, Amanda.
You're gonna get hit when she gets here. And I'm not gonna stop her. I'm gonna let her smack the crap out of you.
Okay.
Katie said she loves all the camera reviews. Easted says gotta run, but thanks for sharing the frothiness.
Thank you, Easted. Appreciate that.
Amanda said I will leave. Stop it.
You know, I'm just teasing you, sis.
So the words sound so weird.
Okay. So I'm gonna knead this dough a little bit.
Well, Dad, put your charger on top of the dryer. If you can go grab that charger for me, though, that'd be awesome. Moman's on. He said, "Howdy, Nate. You been on long, buddy?"
Howdy, Mo man. Oh, not too long. I'm just starting on my first pizza dough here. What did it say salt? Oh, 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay. I forgot some salt, guys. I'm salty.
You said it, not me.
Or actually, the dough's not being salty.
I need the charger base in here.
Forget something like that. All you got to do is just kind of
Charger base.
push on top, and then work it in with when you're kneading it.
You're gonna need it for yours. And then Dad got your charcoal on the dryer. What the fuck?
On the charger base. There's a charger base. I told you.
Dad didn't take the base.
No, I took the charger and
Oh.
base.
And then you're gonna have to sit in here with me. And you're gonna have to keep it light.
Okay, so there's a nice pizza dough. You guys see that?
Get Dad's head.
Just how pizza dough should look. It's nice and firm. The surface isn't really pockmarked or anything. And there's another one of those weird words. Stop saying pockmark.
What did you say?
Pockmark.
Try to be all sophisticated in
I
there.
have my pizza pan here. This pizza's gonna be bigger than my head. Woo! Put a smiley face on this thing. What do you guys think? So I'm just going to pat this out. And I don't use cornmeal. It adds a different flavor to the pizza dough. Not everybody does. And you can use a rolling pin, you can use your hands. Doesn't really matter. If you start to feel a little stickiness, just put your hand in the flour, get a little flour on it. Now I'm going to kind of roll this back and forth in my hands, get a lot of the heavier flour off. Now, I'm not a pizza maker, so I'm not going to like twirl it or anything. But
Well, man wants to know what kind of specialty pizzas you're making.
we're going to have some pepperoni, some mushrooms, some bacon. Uh, what else are we having on it?
Steak.
Oh, yeah. Some fajita steak.
Bacon, pepperoni, mushroom, and steak. That's what we're having. I forgot to check the heat and have pizza sauce.
Yeah.
Amanda said save me some steak. She's been craving steak with this pregnancy.
Steak, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Curry's gonna have a rich tasting food.
Good thing she's going to have a dad that likes to cook.
Man,
So-
like, dude, all I crave is steak, bro. It's annoyingly expensive.
Yeah. So I don't want like a bunch of extra flour on there. A little bit's fine. But now I'm going to put it on my pan and stretch it to the pan. I'm going to overlap it just a little bit because it's going to shrink a little bit as it cooks.
She is overhead going to get just for food.
Yeah, you used to get free food when you worked there, didn't you? All the time.
She'd get like 6 steaks and just chow down. We need to savor some of that steak if we can.
Well, I will. I'll save you a piece or two of it, Amanda.
We'll save you more than just a piece or two. Or save the crumbs.
She didn't say how big a piece.
That's what I said. I'll save her the crumbs. I'll let her lick the bag.
We'll let you smell the bag.
She knows better.
Yeah.
This child, my dad left my big birthday cake. What is she coming with this stuff?
Do what?
Hazel, she said that, and Amanda said this child. My daddy left my damn birthday cake. Where did she come up with this stuff?
Okay, you guys can see how big this is, right? Overlapping it a little bit, about 1/4 of an inch from the side. Because it's going to shrink up just a little bit. If I see thin spots, I'm going to pat it out. Smack my dough. It's going to release any air bubbles. Literally smack it. Because if there's any air bubbles down in there, it's going to help release it. What?
My charger.
shut your phone off and turn it back on. It'll help reset the battery charge a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the oven for about 3 minutes. I'm going to wipe the bottom of my pan with my hand. That way no little bits of dough get stuck. A little bit of flour is fine. That is browned up on the bottom. But I want to pre-cook my dough for a few minutes. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to get my other dough ready. Now, one thing you want to do when you make a pizza dough is you want to do it kind of quickly because you don't want it to rise. Let it rise, you're going to get air bubbles all in that dough and it's not going to turn out right. I got flour everywhere, guys. So, wipe my bowl out. Okay. Starting new with a semi-clean bowl. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so some more hot water. My second pack of yeast. What's up?
Hazel's fighting with Sam over her damn birthday cake. Yeah, she's like seriously yelling at him. He's fighting her.
Wow. Get that birthday cake, Hazel.
Oh, I forgot her rainbow ice cream.
When is her birthday? It's not till. Yeah.
She's all excited about it, but she's in love with the sherbet rainbow ice cream. That's what she called it.
Oh.
And I forgot to get her some.
Okay, so. Yeah, that's been in long enough.
So just let them get their fight.
Okay, so I just don't want it to be doughy anymore. I wanted it to have a non-doughy consistency. So you guys can see I don't have any holes in it anymore. I don't have any air pockets. It's because I smacked it. Smack it a few times. That's going to get all the air from underneath the pizza. And when it cooks, actually cooks, it's going to set up the better.
She got tired fighting. They brought her out.
She's laying down now.
Yeah, she's going at it now.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, she just came in there and just laid down where she's going to bed because she got tired.
Hey, Zoe, you can't go in there and go to sleep. What are you doing?
She needs to go to sleep now, so she can be awake when she comes over.
Okay. That works.
Her name's okay, yeah, that works.
Yes, I spanked the crust. So I'm gonna wait a minute for this to get all frothy.
There we go.
Oh, sorry. Foamy. Sorry, Amanda.
So yeah, we got home and I sat down like 2 clusters and I haven't had any since, so.
I even got flour on my keyboard, guys. Okay.
Okay, don't have to wash it.
Foam. Foam. Come on, foam. Foam. I was trying the Ghostbuster trick and seeing if I like talk to it, it would bubble up and foam. It's not doing it. So
Brittany said he's sure glad he missed it.
this is these steak pieces, guys. This looks really good stuff. I mean, it is literally. Yeah, that's really good.
They used to buy that stuff and make steak
Mm.
quesadillas out of it.
It is good. Wow.
Trying to cut those up, ain't you?
Mm-hmm. Well, I was yelling at it. It's starting to foam up a little bit. Still got my bacon over here. Nice yummy bacon. I don't know if it tastes better. I mean, I think we eat a bunch of food with all the preservatives and crap we put in food these days anyway, so not much of a difference, you know? Anyway. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this to, a little bit more. It's starting to.
Stop eating the steak.
I just had another little small piece. Oh, yeah. One last visit. Visit none of us care for. So, I end up making both of these pizzas. I make a big one and a small one. And we always have leftovers. I mean, it may not be much, but we always have leftovers.
It's mainly my pizza.
So, I think I've waited long enough. That looks fine. Yeah, true. Okay, so tablespoon of olive oil. Not going to forget salt this time. A teaspoon of salt. Which I want to show you guys a little trick. I do the measuring spoons, but a teaspoon of salt is going to fill up the little crook of your hand. You may have big hands. If you have big hands, then it's not going to fill up as much. But with me, it evens out pretty much in the little crook of your hand. Do not say what. It? Well, fine, I won't say it.
Do you want mushrooms on your pizza? Put mushrooms on my pizza, but not on the other one.
Okay. But yes, I'm putting mushrooms on the big one. No mushrooms on the small one, but it's gonna. The small one's gonna have everything. The big one's gonna have besides mushrooms. Hey, I said foamy this time. I didn't say frothy. I said foamy. Wait, sorry, I said it. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. I just realized, wait a minute, I did just say it, didn't I? Okay, so this is getting to the point where I can work with this without being all sticky. The only thing I don't like about working with dough is that your hands get all sticky and stuff. You get all, I mean, it gets in your fingernails. It's the only thing I don't like about it.
Try making biscuits at Hardee's.
Yeah.
You get really doughy. You have to like scrape stuff off your hands and everything. I love it.
Okay. Love you too, sis.
Can you pick up your sister's toy and take it to her room? Sit inside the bed. Or on our chamber table number 2. Alright, you 3 had your share. I wonder where Boots is. Where are you hiding?
Over here on the chair sitting, where he always sits when I'm here.
Was he sleeping? Or was he just sitting there?
Probably sleeping. He likes to help me cook.
By sleeping.
Yep. He's thinking on it. He's supervising.
That's how we supervise, not sleep. I'm gonna go supervise in the room then.
Right. Okay. So, this is about done.
I don't know if you saw, but Amanda said you saw.
Yeah. I saw it. So I'm going to make this dough the same amount of dough that's on yours, but it's going to be thicker. That way it fills them up more. Make sense?
So you're making mine a thick dough too?
No. Yours isn't very thick. I'm going to take a little bit of dough out, but not much.
Two families on. They said pizza. Do you deliver?
Sure. It's going to be a hell of a delivery fee for you, Cher. How are you guys doing? All the way out there in Ohio. Thanks for coming to my live stream. I appreciate it. Gotta catch us first. Yeah. Well, you guys are going down to Arkansas here the next, what was that, next week? You could swing by. I can make a specialty pizza for you.
They're on the road now, dude.
Oh, okay. Oh, this week. Okay. How's the trip going?
Okay. So far, so good. Smudge likes his area.
That's good. It is a homesteading conference down in Arkansas, Freaky. That's
The shindig.
what?
She said, yep, the shindig.
Not really. Some kind of. Yeah. Anyway, let two family tell you about it if she cares to tell you much more. Where are you guys at in Tennessee right now? Or are you guys still in Ohio? Oh, share. You're there, right there with Daryl. Uh, Tell him I'm using OBS and I get figured out some of my issues and got some things working. I'm on a lower resolution, but it's seems to be working okay. Got a couple different camera setups. Oh, you had a late start.
Freaky. You do that.
Okay, as soon as I say that, I start buffering. That was a specific connection issue. I know what that was. Um, Give me just a second. Okay. I didn't really have to do anything. I'm using uh, it just kind of freed itself, I guess. I have a camera connected here, wired, toss it on there, type of thing. So I'm back up. No, Andrew, are you on Wi-Fi?
Are you on Wi-Fi?
No, my Wi-Fi's off.
Okay. It's just the connection.
I don't use Wi-Fi. I use my data.
No, one thing. See, I actually have a pretty damn good setup for what it is. I use my neighbor's internet. He lets me use it, pay him, a little bit a month. He uses very, very little, so he said, yeah, use mine. I have a wireless extender that goes across the street, and it's like really, really good connection to it. I'm in like the 80% for both 5 and 4, 2.4 megahertz band or gigahertz band. So, yeah, I mean, every so often running OBS, I'll have a little bit of a connection issue for a second, but I mean, it. Okay, toss this in for a couple minutes to pre-bake and set up while I get this pizza going. Now, this dough isn't fully cooked. I wanted it kind of pre-cooked, which is perfect. I'm just using canned pizza sauce. Oh, shame on me, right?
I didn't sing anything.
No, no. Shame on me, canned pizza sauce. Just gonna plop a bunch down on the pizza. Amanda's not in there anymore, is she?
I don't know. She kind of got quiet.
She probably fell asleep.
But,
Hazel fell asleep. She probably fell asleep.
Ricky wants to know if you'll make your own sauce one day.
Yes, I will one day. I just didn't have the time today to be able to do it. It doesn't really take that long, but It's getting pretty late here. I knew we were going to have a late dinner, but I didn't think it was going to be this late. Okay. So what I do is I always lay down a small layer of cheese first. Okay, this pizza's probably about done. Give it another minute or two. Still another piece of bacon. Okay. So now,
Ricky said to grow your own tomatoes and then cook it on mixed sauce.
grow my own tomatoes. I'm going to be making fresh, homemade, homegrown tomato sauce in the next year if I do that, aren't I? No, I'm going to be making doing a raised bed garden out in my yard this year, and I might grow a tomato plant. Oh, and guys, yes, these pepperonis are huge. Pizza's not small. The pepperonis are huge. I go to the deli and get the pepperoni from the slice from the deli because it is so much better. Fresh sliced pepperoni is so much better than the stuff you buy in the little packages.
Oh my god, they're huge. It's in them.
Oh my gosh, yes.
The mushrooms are not over.
This is the big one. This one's for us.
For me and you?
Yeah, I eat mushrooms.
Okay.
I love mushrooms on my
I
pizza.
thought you were making the big one for him and then you.
No, small one for him.
Okay.
Big one for us.
Okay.
That's how I've always done it.
No, it's the other way.
And I do use canned mushrooms because cooking fresh mushrooms, you have to saute them first to really go on a pizza. So this is just easier. You want to drain them as much as possible. So take them out of the can and press them between your hands. Because any of that juice will get down into the dough and make it soggy. Oh yeah, more mushrooms than that. I love mushrooms on pizza.
We have two cans.
I know, I just... Oh, there it is, right in front of my face. You have to hide the can of mushrooms. Okay, there's that. I'm going to take some of this steak.
Yeah, they're kind of up.
I'm just going to pull them apart with my hands. And yes, Amanda, I'll be sure to, save enough steak for you. I'm putting enough toppings on this as it is anyway, so. Now, Gloria's bacon! I'm just going to take a little bit of a handful. Only got one package of bacon, so I gotta make it spread out a little bit.
I'm gonna need to take a nap.
Do what?
So I'm gonna need to go take a nap.
That's fine.
Because Hazel and Amanda don't go to bed until 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I know. So I've got pepperoni, steak, mushrooms, and bacon. What else? Do we have anything else for this?
Cheese, pepperoni, bacon, mushrooms, and steak.
Oh. Oh, shit. God, you let me forget, didn't you? I have this dough in the... How'd you let me forget?
I forgot it was in there.
It'll be okay.
You got extra dough.
Yeah, it'll be okay. Okay, guys. Goes in the oven until cheese is all melted. It'll be okay. I'll just kind of be more like a flatbread than...
Sounds crispy.
A little bit. But once the sauce goes on it, it'll be okay.
Loin cheese down first.
Just a little bit. I meld the cheese and the toppings and then the top layer cheese together. Really? Since when did you figure this out?
Thirty seconds ago.
Is that going to be enough steak for you, Amanda? I hope so. Okay.
Want to take the comments off?
What?
Do you want me to take the comments off? I don't know.
Hit the little button that has the. What? Well, Indiana's closer than Texas. Huh? See, that's not bad. When are you moving?
As soon as they find a place.
Oh, as soon as they find a place. Okay, so after the baby's born. All right, have a good night, Ricky. Thanks for coming in, bud. Hit that like button if you haven't yet.
It almost tastes like hard salami, but when you take with it.
Yeah. So guys, any dough you have left over, you can either make another pizza or throw it away. Because you can't, after like 10 or 15 minutes, you can't use it because it's going to rise. And once it rises,
Katie said maybe one day you could try and show us. Thank you.
yep. So this is how you do homemade pizza, guys.
Honestly, I think that is the question.
No, I've never done that, but you can. Make sure before you put it in the freezer that you toss some. You take a fork and you poke the dough because otherwise, uh, when you do put it in the oven, you want to put it in the oven basically to thaw it first um, at a very like 300 for like 5 minutes, um, and then you can put your toppings on it and stuff, and then bake it like you normally would. That's enough to just thaw out the dough enough where everything will cook out fine. Okay, Amanda. Okay. Call us later, okay, when you wake up. Now, this one, I'll actually put this one on the top rack because I don't want the dough to cook as much because it's already. If y'all let me forget. So that's on the top rack. Waiting on the bottom big one to get done. Okay, sweetie.
The pizza's shallow and the pizza's petite. You're gonna be going to bed after you're done eating dinner.
It's understandable, Amanda. It really is. Mhm.
Katie said you offered when you answered about the deep dish.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I said, yeah, I could. It's not much different than doing it this way. The only difference would be that you stuff um, the pizza down into a springform pan and you use more dough, like as much as this dough, but use a kind of a smallish springform pan. Oh yeah. Look at that, guys. Look at that pizza. Yes, it does. The cheese is nice and melted. The outside is all nice and browned. The bottom of the pizza is done. Move this over here, out of the way. As soon as I'm done with my my little smoke break, I will take the small pizza out as well. Oh, I know. I'm just waiting on the cheese to melt and stuff on it.
But I don't see what's left. You haven't tried
Oh.
your cheese.
And I was just getting ready to answer. Uh, as long as the cheese it has a good melt to it. I've never actually used goat cheese, but as long as the cheese has a good low melting point, such as mozzarella or uh, Provel or something like that cheese, um, it'll be good for pizza. I don't know. Like I said, I've never had goat's cheese, so I don't know how it tastes. But I mean, if that's something you wanted to do, you can go ahead and do that as well. Well, thank you, Katie, for reminding me. I appreciate that. See, that would add a different flavor to it. So, I mean, my guess would be as good as yours with how it would taste. Okay. You can see that there's not much grease. There's a little bit of grease in here, like right here. But I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But that's just from like the pepperoni. There's a little bit of grease right here. But it's not a very greasy pizza because the pepperoni I use and stuff like that. So here's this one, guys. Same thing as the big, just smaller. Turn my oven off. My pizza cutter out. I'm going to wait for a minute to cut this one because I want that cheese to solidify as it cools off a little bit. You guys can't see that, but look at that cheese. Here. Look at that cheese, guys. Yeah.
Try to get you a little bit of a nap if you can. I'll see you here.
Yeah, actually last time I made a homemade pizza on live stream. I did a taco pizza, and that was really, really good. So, okay guys, you guys have it. Homemade pizza. It took a little while longer than I wanted it to, but it's done. I always leave you guys with a bite, and that's what I want to do. I appreciate y'all joining my live stream. Those of you that aren't subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for me if you could, if you haven't yet, and hit that notification bell. I'm going to be a little bit more consistent on doing live streams as often as I possibly can, hopefully every night. Some nights we may not, but it just all depends. My email is in the description in case you want a little bit more detail on how to do this. My PayPal is in the description as well if you have any extra pennies. Okay, sorry about that. Just as I was ending, like I was saying, my PayPal is in the description as well. So even if you have a penny, it all helps. So guys, I'm going to get going. You guys can see this. Oh my God, look at that. I didn't cook it for that long, but the bottom is done. You guys can see that. Cheese is all melty. Oh my God. That's some good pizza, guys. So, if you want to make homemade pizza like I do, keep this live stream on your front burner, because this is really good pizza. Until next time, guys, take care.